What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm Bandit Barney, and today we're talking about the recent patch that Rockstar introduced to the game but didn't really say anything about. For those of us that logged on today, we saw that patch 1.05, we had to download it and update our game with that patch. Rockstar didn't say anything. There's no patch notes regarding it, and in my opinion, it's just kind of odd to add a patch that you don't say anything about. I mean, I can understand maybe if the patch didn't have any significant changes to the game and you're just doing some back-end server things where, like, okay, we recently talked about we noticed that this is an issue with people getting disconnected, and we did the 1.04 patch to try and fix that. And then we have this next patch, and if it's along the same exact lines, maybe we don't need to say anything about it. I could understand that, but I don't think it is along the same lines, because some players are seeing something involving this patch, which is a big addition to the game. And we'll get more into that, but with 1.04, we got the fixes to the matchmaking and making sure that we could stay online longer without interruptions and getting disconnected. And I have seen improvements since that patch. I haven't been disconnected once I've been logged in. And there's times where we're filming a video and I am working with my brother in the other room, and I stop at a shop and I'll just stay logged in there for a little bit while me and him go discuss like a thumbnail or a title. And when I do that, I come back to the game and I'm not disconnected, which is a good sign. I'm glad that we're not having any more of these issues. The Showdown series, I've noticed less of loading time for those series, and I don't necessarily mean that the specific screen when we load in is any shorter. But what I do mean is that I'm not loading into Showdown series that it seems like it was a waste of time, where I get into a game that just started but I can't join in. That happened quite a few times before the patch, and it hasn't really happened since. So that's one of my favorite things, honestly, about this, the last update that Rockstar acknowledged and told us about. In the new one, though, we don't hear anything about it. So we're just kind of speculating. It is for sure that we got a patch. We know that. We downloaded it. I think it's about 1 gig in size. But what's inside of it? Well, we have some players noticing their horse stamina is not decreasing as fast. The horse stamina is staying, it's just not decreasing as fast, which I've noticed a little bit, but it's kind of hard for me to tell. I don't have a horse with a massive amount of stamina, and my horse has had kind of the stamina to get me wherever I've gone without needing any potions or anything. But it would kind of make sense to see Rockstar do something like this, because the horses you can buy in this game generally don't have a lot of stamina until you get really late game. So maybe they just want to make that less of a progress gap than it is right now. I could understand, but it seems pretty minute to make a big deal over and throw a whole patch in there for. So what else are we getting in here? There's a possibility for a new game mode. Now, I've said that in what I want to see with future patches, I said this when 1.04 came out with the stability patch, I said I want to see more game modes. I want to see more content brought to the game, and I'm sure all of you guys feel the same way as well. After the economy update, the first update Rockstar gave us, I didn't think like, okay, cool, they fixed the economy, but there's not as much content still in the game. Like, we still haven't addressed that side. But the economy update did make the game feel a lot better. Like, activities, it was more enjoyable to complete those activities because they felt more fulfilling. When we get into the future patches, seeing more content there is where I want to go. That first patch made me feel like there's more content, with the economy being so much better and these jobs being better to do. Now I want to see, like, can we get some more content in the game, get some more game modes? And there is the thought that one might be there. Someone on Reddit, while playing Red Dead 2 Online, opened up their game after this 1.05 patch, and they saw a new game mode in the game modes list. There's Showdown Series Large, then they have the Race Series, and they saw one for, I think it's called Gun Rush. Now, they weren't able to play it and it quickly disappeared. I think Gun Rush mode is similar to the GTA mode where your guns got stronger as the game progressed. So this could be a way of Gun Rush. It also could be something where you use guns and then you need to get different guns to get the next kill. For example, we have gun, I think it's called Gun Game in Call of Duty. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. It's the mode where you start out with like a pistol and then you have to move to a shotgun or a rifle, and you know, and you increase. That would be fun to see in this game for sure, especially with all the different throwables we have, like the tomahawks and machetes. Let me know what you guys think this new Gun Rush mode is. One thing is certain though, if we see it in game, and specifically with updates where developers don't say anything about the update, but you can see that there's an installment, things coming into your game files. They generally are things that developers are putting together to then add in a future like big announcement or something like that. Maybe not even a big announcement, but it can often add into a situation where a developer is just trying to get the update into your game, but it's not completely ready to roll out, so they wait on telling you about it. They want to test it a little bit before they actually open it up to full public use, but they needed to get it into the game in order to test it. So that is what I'm thinking is coming with this. Accidentally, one player gets leaked and he's allowed to check out, hey, Gun Rush mode is one of the options when I go to play online, but doesn't get to actually try it. Probably we're going to be able to get to play it in the foreseeable future. And I think along the lines of adding more content to the game, that's really what I think Rockstar needs to do and is focused on right now, along with, you know, the small things to fix the game as it is and keep a strong foundation. Adding more content is going to really help, and you want to capitalize on the players that play your game and don't let them feel like they're running out of things to do and then they leave to play something else. So I know Rockstar is staying on top of it on that end of the ball, and I think this most recent update added some Gun Rush mode to the game, and we'll see if in the next few days or the weekend, which I think they'll say something about it on the weekend. They generally, since the game has been released in beta form, the online version, we've seen an announcement from Rockstar on each weekend. Every weekend we see something regarding the online beta. I think they'll announce the new game mode coming in this weekend's announcement from them. On top of that, some players that started the online beta have noticed that horse bonding gets reset at times. I noticed this earlier on in like week 1. I don't know if this is something that you were still dealing with, but there's have been rumors that this recent patch 1.05 is fixing that horse bonding thing where you don't feel like you're resetting your horse bonding, which is something that I know I dealt with earlier on. I didn't notice this as much recently, but if that's the case for you, we don't have to deal with that anymore, and that's pretty convenient. It was kind of annoying feeling like you're having to start over your horse bonding and getting scared each time if you're going to lose all that progress. I think that this 1.05 patch, though, is mainly regarding a game mode coming to the game. I don't know if it's going to be anything more than that. I want to know what your guys' opinion is on the matter. I think Gun Rush mode would be nice. I think adding just a PvP player mode is not quite fully hitting the mark. Obviously, we need to take steps up to, you know, getting to a complete experience like GTA 5 is. And we need to take small steps to get there. It's not going to happen overnight. For content in the game, I personally have the most fun with like free roam activities, and I go around, I plug my mic in, and I'm talking to other people playing the game, and it just takes me anywhere from there. You know, let's stop by the bar and have a drink. Hey, let's liberate the town, get rid of the griefers. Whatever that may be, interacting with other players in that way is kind of like an endless cycle of fun almost, and it can go in any direction. So adding more free roam events, I think, would be something that could totally add another scale to that style of entertainment through the game. And I am hoping that Rockstar adds one of these free roam events soon. Something that they could add would be like a standoff where you could actually challenge someone to a standoff, and let's say it spawns you guys at a certain distance from each other and you have a few seconds to ready and then shoot each other. And I think that that would be really fun to be able to challenge other players like that, because right now challenging players to fist fights is so much fun. Just it's one of the funnest things in the game right now. It's so much fun, especially when they have mics and you're just all having a hoot in the center of town having fist fights. It'd be fun to do that with guns, but right now we can't really do that because you don't get a standoff setup. Each player has, hey, okay, let's have a gunfight. Well, it's hard to start at the same time, and on top of that, when you lose the standoff, you're gonna end up spawning far away, and like the other player will hide around buildings. So it'd be fun to be able to set up standoffs in a way that has like parameters, so we can just all this distance apart and shoot each other. I know that that's something that we'd all like to see coming to the game. I think the free roam style of events is really where we want to see some more additions, or at least I want to see some more additions from Rockstar. Let me know down below, like I've said, what do you want to see? If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And until the next one, we'll catch you later.